Hi, welcome to the Get Ready with God podcast. My name is Julie Taylor, and I am your host, and I am not God, obviously. I'm not an expert. I'm not even a scriptorian. I'm literally just a girl sitting in front of a microphone, hoping God is real. The Get Ready with God podcast is the daily devotional podcast to help you see divinity in every day. Okay, so you know how we're always like trying to figure out the whole purpose of life and the purpose of existing? And everyone loves to say like, oh no, what's my purpose? What's my purpose? What's my calling? What am I here for? What am I created for? This is what I'm meant to do. This is who I'm meant to be. It's stressful. We're tired. And I will forever be fighting for the narrative that your purpose is to just exist. But I know it's a little disappointing for some people, and it's not as glamorous. And most of us don't have these like hero arcs in our life, and we don't have these like giant achievements. And that's a bummer because we'd rather be like it is in the movies. I don't know. Every famous person seems to struggle a lot. So I don't know why we keep seeking that. Anyways, I have more evidence to support my hypothesis that our whole purpose of life is just to exist and to live it. And that is this concept where I've mentioned before that, like, I've been reflecting on like grief lessons these last few weeks as I've hit the 2nd year anniversary of being a griever in this way. And one of those things is that, you just learn what matters and what doesn't. And I think so much of what matters is just helping each other get through life. And I was on a flight when I had 2 kids, 2 and under, and I was alone with them on a flight. And we were going to Texas to visit my sister. And my baby started vomiting like crazy upon like, what's it called when you start going down? Oh, Ryan will be so disappointed in me. Descent. When they say the final descent. It was a little turbulent, and my baby just started like vomiting like everywhere. And it was very overwhelming. And this mom in front of me, she didn't have any kids with her. So she was like a mom incognito. She jumps up and she said, I have 5 kids. And she just started helping me. She pulls out these Clorox wipes and she's like, let me help you. And she just starts Cloroxing. She starts helping me manage the whole situation. And I, at the time, was a rookie. I only had 2 little kids. I was young. This was my first time. It was not her first time. And I will never forget her kindness, because the worst of humanity comes out when you bring children on a plane. It's like they're not humans and they don't have a right to exist. And I've flown alone with my children a lot. I've been scarred. But I'll never forget her kindness, because she just jumped into action and like taught me how to handle the situation. And then upon landing at my sister's house, I had like texted her what happened, and she had like a 44-ounce Diet Coke in the car for me. And my sister doesn't drink soda. So like, she just knew my need, met my need. Another mom meeting needs. And it was like really inspiring to me. And I've never forgotten her kindness and being like that rookie mom learning from the veteran mom. So anyway, fast forward to last year, I was on a flight going to visit my best friend in Florida 2 months after Simon had died. And I was alone on the flight. And there's a little boy next to me, and he just starts screaming and screaming and screaming. He was probably like 4 or 5. And he's screaming because his ears wouldn't pop. And I immediately, just without thinking, reached in my bag and I asked the mom first. And I said, I have gum, I have lifesavers. What can we do to help him get his ears popped? And he tried a bunch of things and he calmed down really quickly. And she was really young. And she said to me like, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And I just heard myself say, oh, I get it. I have 5 kids. And I immediately just had a flashback to a decade earlier when I had been on the flight and this mom had helped me. And I just had this like deep moment where I was like, this is all that matters. This is what we're doing. This is what we're doing here. We're here to have experiences, to learn and to grow, and then to pass that on and to help people. That's it. I don't actually think it's deeper than that. I think we're here and we should learn and grow and live and be the best we can. And then we have a responsibility to use that wisdom and knowledge and growth to help other people through it. That's what I think we're supposed to do. That's what I think the purpose is. I think that's the purpose of life. I think we figured it out. I don't think that there's more than that. And I've now been in an experience where I've watched people who have gone through grief before me help me through this. The things they've taught me, the things they've been able to witness for me, the things have normalized when I think that it's not okay. Like I've watched other people do it for me, and I take it as a responsibility that I need to now go and do that for other people. And so I don't know. there's every once in a while, there's a full circle moment in our lives where we're able to give back what we have received. And I think those moments are really exciting when you can recognize the help that you've been given. One thing I've said since Simon died is that it really did feel like God said, you have to do this, but I'm going to give you the right people to help you do it. And I think we've talked about this very recently of like certain people were removed from my life, certain people were put into my life in a very timely manner to really help me through this. And I think that happens. And so we might be asked to do impossible things and to endure terrible things, but I think that we'll be given the people. And I think then we'll become those people to help other people. People. And the more I learn and the more experience I gain and the more perspective I have, the more I think that that really is it. I think that's it. And I think that's what matters. And so I guess I want to invite you to reflect on any full circle moments you've had where maybe you haven't even like conceptualized, maybe you haven't even paused to notice that you have become the person that's helping people now in certain roles, because I think it's always moving constantly. So in some places in life, we are the people being helped, and in other places in life, we are the helpers, but I think they're all at the same time. So at any stage in our life, we are both giving and receiving. And I think that's why it's so important to learn both. We don't only need to learn the importance of service and sacrifice. We also need to learn the importance of receiving and accepting that help and staying teachable. But as we do receive service, always doing it with a mind of, as soon as I can, I will. And how can I give this back? How can I pay it forward? How can I turn all of this into something that's going to help other people? Because very few people are spared from deep, deep pain and grief in life. And the only silver lining in any of it is that now we can all help each other through in a way that we couldn't before. And so when I was first time mom on a flight with no Clorox wipes, the mom of 5 turned around and knew exactly what to do. And then somehow, without even noticing it, I became the mom of 5 that had the answer for the crying child on the flight. I don't know when it happened. I didn't notice it. But that full circle moment taught me something about the whole purpose of what we're doing here. So reflect on those full circle moments, and then also identify the places in which you are a student right now and where you are receiving help and mentorship and training. And maybe think on what that will allow you to do in the future and what populations, what problems it will help you serve. It's all that matters. It's all that matters. Love ya. Bye.